Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him. Can't convince me that it didn't happen. Fed them to tigers, they snacking. What's happening? Carol Baskin.
Hello and welcome to the Steve Kalis Show. I'm Steve Kalis. Now, before the episode starts, there's a few key things that I want you to know. Firstly, this episode is sponsored by Graham's Windows and Doors at grahamswindowsanddoors.co.uk, Yeovil's very best provider of windows, doors and conservatories. So get yourself to grahamswindowsanddoors.co.uk and see what amazing deals they have for you. Secondly, this episode is a big opportunity for us. If you enjoy it, please consider clicking follow and giving us a 5-star review on Spotify or subscribing wherever you listen to your podcasts. But on Spotify, that's where we really want to make a difference. So if you can click follow, give us a 5-star review, that would be really, really helpful. Also, share the episode on Instagram and Facebook if you enjoy it and tell your friends. We may not have another opportunity like this for a very, very, very long time. And hopefully you'll stick around because we're having a really good time here and we're really enjoying it. But anyway, you don't even care about me, do you? You're here because you want to listen to Joe Exotic, who called us from prison and find out how he's getting on. So, without any further ado, here is the Tiger King himself, Joe Exotic.
Hello.
Hey, this is Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Joe, how you doing?
Hanging in there. How y'all doing?
Joe, we're so good and we're so excited to talk to you. We're so grateful to have you on the show. To start with, how are you? What's new?
Well, I don't know if you've seen all the news or not, but we're in quarantine right now because of the scabies outbreak here in the prison. Scabies, fucking bugs, yeah.
So what are the conditions like in the prison? I mean, how are you coping?
People would never believe it. I would never believe it until I saw it with my own eyes. I mean, just in the last 4 days, I've caught 4 rats under my bed on glue traps.
Whoa.
Okay, and this is a medical facility.
Jesus.
The mold, the algae, and it's just crazy how disgusting the inside of a federal prison in America is.
Well, Joe, I'm sorry to hear that, but the good news is we've been telling people about our episode with you today, and you've got a lot of fans, and they've got some questions for you, if you wouldn't mind answering. So the first question is...
It's from our friend Sophie White, who was one of your biggest fans during lockdown, and she said, "Are you famous in prison?"
Yeah, I am. Sometimes that makes it a bad thing because some of the guards hate it and they're jealous, so they make my life suck.
Really?
But as far as inmates, I get along with all the inmates, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Another one of our friends, he dressed as yourself, got on top of the roof of his house, and was singing one of your songs to his neighbours.
Bobby Exotic. Tell all the hunters, lay down their guns.
We were just wondering if you've seen any other imitations like that, and which one was your favourite?
Sylvester Stallone did his whole family did a really good one. And Dak Shepard did a real good one.
Nice. Yes, yeah, that is a good one. So what is the main thing that you want people to know about your current situation?
Well, I need everybody to get on joeexoticofficial.com and look at the evidence link because the videos are there of them all admitting to perjury. All of the evidence is there of the crimes that they were committing that the government covered up in order to put me here. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the news press puts in the news press that I'm here on 17 counts of animal abuse, which is false because I wasn't accused, convicted, or charged with any animal abuse. Even putting the 5 tigers down was not animal abuse. It was taking an endangered species without a permit, like I should have applied for a permit to go hunting tigers.
Wow, I see.
So that's a really big misconception that bothers me because I worked my ass off to take care of my animals. And if you didn't take care of them, I'd have never been able to walk in a cage with 20 full-grown tigers and lay down on the ground and love on them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's still the scariest thing I've seen in a while.
Yeah, that's you're brave. Yeah.
But the big thing is I'm innocent, and I'm innocent in an American prison, and I can't get any political official like Biden or Trump or the Attorney General to even give a shit. So I'm on appeal right now. I have faith in my appeal that I'm going to win my appeal.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hope I'm out of here by early 2025.
Well, let's say if President Trump was to win the presidency again, what would your message to him be?
I would so love to talk to President Trump myself, because now he's a victim of the same system. To indict a former president 94 times shows you how this system can be used against you if they don't like you.
Yeah.
So now that he's a victim of this, I would like to know what he would do to change it if we reelect him. Or is he going to just ignore it because he's president and they can't put him in prison, and let the everyday people continue to suffer this injustice?
Right, I see. So, if you don't mind me asking, how long have you been in prison for now?
This is going on 7 years.
7 years
Already.
How are you coping mentally with that?
The 2 years and 8 months that I was in solitary confinement was really hard. All I wanted to do was die. But now that I'm, out and around people, it's still hard because we live like animals in here. But I'm hanging in there, and the reason why I keep hanging in there is because of people like y'all. And people all around the world that have my back. Because if something happens to me, I'm fighting cancer now. So if something happens to me, I'm just going to trust that y'all won't let my name go in vain. You'll fight for justice even after I'm gone.
Yeah, Joe, I'm so sorry to hear about the cancer as well. I actually didn't know that. I just want to ask you about, you mentioned solitary confinement. You obviously have a lot of time to reflect in there. Did you learn anything about yourself during that period?
I really don't even know how to answer that one, because I was comfortable with myself when I was out there,
Sure.
I fed the homeless. I helped sick kids. I did as much community service as one person could possibly do. I took care of my elderly parents. When both of my husbands died, I went all the way with them. I was even the preacher at Travis's funeral. So, I think that I had I did a good life. Why am I in here? Maybe it's because God has me on a path, because when I get out of here, the first thing I want to do is testify in front of Congress about what's going on in here.
Yeah, sure.
Because there's more drugs in here than there is out there.
Really? Wow.
Oh, yeah. The guards, they sell an ounce of meth for $7,000.
Whoa.
Pack of cigarettes is $225. One joint of marijuana is $35.
That's good work.
So it's a business for the corrupt, and that's all this is.
Yeah. Well, Kevin, have you got another question?
We're sort of moving along to more the hypothetical, because you said you want to speak to. You sort of answered it for me. You said you want to speak to Congress if you were to get out. My fiance asked the question that are you still in contact with anyone from the park at all?
The only person from the zoo that has even checked on me to see if I'm alive is Rinky, the guy with no legs.
Yeah. Okay. Was in hindsight, because I'm not sure what the repercussions were, but was the Netflix documentary a bad thing for you? Did it all, do you regret doing the documentary?
Okay, well, first of all, and a lot of people don't realize this, I didn't do that documentary. Okay, I was in jail 2 years before that documentary was filmed and came out.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so and now that we have all of everybody's cell phones, which I didn't have during my trial, we have the proof that the producer of Tiger King paid all of those people to keep this murder for hire agenda going, so he can make Tiger King. Okay, and then there's screenshots on my social media of Kamala Harris, Vice President Harris, bragging that she co-sponsored the Big Cat Safety Bill for Carol that put me in here. Okay, so I didn't make a dime from Tiger King. I beg every day for money to pay my lawyers and buy my food in here and everything else. When I was in jail, I was legally married to Dylan, and Dylan signed a contract with the producers of Tiger King, and he sold my hard drives and all of my footage from me filming my own show that nobody ever saw for $2.6 million and hauled ass.
Wow, Jesus.
Left me in here broke with not a dime.
Damn it. Oh, Joe, mate. So it sounds like you. I mean, surprisingly, it sounds like despite the how difficult your situation is, you still sound like you're, strong enough to keep it together in there, which is a good thing.
Future and
I am, and another thing that keeps me going in here that makes me want to beat this is, I'm engaged to an extremely amazing young man in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and he has a 5-year-old little boy, and I'm excited to get out of here and calm down a little bit and have a family and be a stepdad and move on. And that's my agenda.
again, this is the hypothetical. If you did get back out, you've always had the big cats, etc. Would you go back? Would you become the Tiger King again?
Well, I'm always going to be the Tiger King. Nobody can take that away from me because nobody on the planet can do what I did with tigers. Okay, am I going to own tigers? Never again.
Right.
Okay, but what I do want to do, and I'm even going to approach President Putin about this. I want to open up a tiger conservatory in Russia and India, where we breed wild tigers and release them back into the wild.
Yeah, Siberian tigers, I suppose, wouldn't it be?
That's a good idea. Really good idea.
So that's my goal with tigers. But as far as owning any animals in America, I've had all I can put up with PETA and Carol and.
Well, do you think that even after you get out, you'd still have to sort of face Carol Baskin because she's been very vocal about you, obviously? And is that argument, is that beef still ongoing?
And that's a funny thing that Tiger King really portrayed wrong. Okay, me and Carol didn't have this horrible war going on that everybody thought we did. She made money, and we're both extremely good marketers. Okay, she made money convincing people that I abused tigers because I took babies away from their mom and I let people pet them. And to her, that was abuse. Okay, so she made millions off of people donating her money to stop me from doing that. And I had my online television show called JoeExoticTV.com.
Oh, yes.
And I made money, and I got my following from convincing people that she was batshit crazy and she killed her husband.
Sure.
And it was so simple because who in their 50s walks around all day long in leopard print clothes with flowers on your head,
Yeah, true. Suspicious. Yeah, you're right.
So I never even seen Carol Baskin before until my trial.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I could get out of here tomorrow, and I could sit at a table across from her. And do I hate her? No. Am I convinced she still killed her husband? Absolutely. Is she a mastermind criminal? Absolutely. You know, she just sold all of her nonprofits for $16 million, okay,
Wow.
to a company that we've never even heard of. Okay, but the question is now that she don't have any tigers and she sold Big Cat Rescue's property, but she's keeping the Big Cat Rescue organization alive so that way her and her husband can live off of $16 million in nonprofit money. Because she just got busted buying a $900,000 home with donated money for tigers, and her answer is her and Howard needed an office. Okay, so they're running this $900,000 office out of their home.
Right, I see. Bloody Baskin.
Joe, thank you so much for being on the show. We wish you all the best.
I appreciate it, man. Just spread the JoeExoticOfficial.com around. Get some kind of merchandise, help me pay these lawyers, because unfortunately it takes money to prove you're innocent.
Yep.
Yeah.
And share the evidence link, because when you see the hitman admit to perjury and a plot to kill me to begin with, you have to ask yourself, why the hell am I still in prison?
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much, Joe. We'll let you get on with your day. We're so grateful.
Thank you very much for your time,
You
Joe.
know, have a good one. I appreciate your help.
Tell all the hunters to lay down their guns. Tell them that the tiger needs a little bit of love. Let them run the jungle. Let them roam their land. Then stand back and marvel, what a beautiful cat. 'Cause I saw a tiger, now I